Welcome to Major League Volleyball from the Fishers Event Center just outside of downtown Indianapolis, where it is National Girls and Women.
That also has a nasty topspin serve that can rack up points, but she had to earn the starting spot on this roster. Tuninga did so because she had the ability to get anyone the ball at any time, and also her consistency of keeping tempo with that range. The Ignite run, one of the fastest offenses, so that only heightens the need for Tuninga to be consistent, and she's delivered. Also, watch her reactions after points. She's been one of the most fun players to watch for me for the past few years because of how much energy she brings out to the court.
On the other side for Grand Rapids, they are dealing with a lot of injuries right now, but the one player that they do have back, Carly Snyder, after missing the last match, is cleared to go tonight.
It's massive for Grand Rapids to have Carly Snyder back in the lineup. She is the go-to attacker, their leader, and their driving force. Outside, Paige Briggs-Romine will be out tonight with illness. That means that Snyder has to not only be back, but she has to be better and carry a heavier load tonight for Grand Rapids.
Those 3.5 kills per set are crucial and needed tonight against the #1 team in the league. And for the first time tonight, we get to say hello to the third member of our crew. Hello, Haley Jordan.
Hello. National Girls and Women in Sports Day was on February 4th, but the Ignite and Rise celebrate today. Ignite setter Mia Tuninga said what a privilege and honor it is to be able to play in this league so close to home. For context, her older brother Josh plays abroad 9 months out of the year in order to play professional. In addition, head coach Lauren Bertolacci said, "We can't be who we can't see." When she was coaching in Europe, she was one of very few female head coaches and has ever since been trying to push that boundary. Currently, 6 out of 8 MLV head coaches are female, including that of Grand Rapids Rise head coach Kathy George. Her philosophy, don't bend who you are and take up space.
Haley, thank you so much. And Emily, I know as much time and effort and energy as you have put into this sport over the years, a night like this is really important to you.
It's so special, especially for young girls watching, to see something that they can aspire to do. 10 years ago, you never saw professional volleyball on TV because it was overseas. You didn't have access to it. Now you can not only watch it on TV, on streaming, but you can come to games and see what you can be in the future.
And a great crowd here on a Friday night, too, in Fishers, Indiana. For the first place, Indy Ignite at 5-1. They've won a couple in a row. Grand Rapids Rise has lost 2 in a row. They sit at 2-4, and off we go in set 1. Tuninga looks to Lekator member Mena in the first swing of the night is her first kill of the night.
Indy runs one of the fastest offenses in the league. From the time that it's in the setter's hands to the outsides especially, it is lightning fast. Grand Rapids needs to make sure their block is over even quicker than they normally would be tonight.
Tuninga is a large piece of why it's moving so fast. The current player of the week in the league. That was Cressy who reached over the top of the net. Point Grand Rapids.
This is a change that we're seeing for Indy. Kara Cressy in the lineup for Lydia Martin, who tweaked her ankle earlier in the week. She's okay. She's ready to go available tonight, but just wanted to give her that rest in terms of a starting position from Bertolacci.
Cressy on the slide is denied. Alexis Shelton, who's only played in 2 sets all season, with the block.
Head coach Kathy George, the coach for Grand Rapids, was really high on Alexis Shelton, especially without Paige Briggs-Romine, their star outside attacker. They need someone to step up defensively. Really great start for Shelton.
Ajani Taylor's first touch out of the back row. She ties it right back up at 2. For Grand Rapids, Emily, there's going to be opportunities for players that haven't seen a lot of time this season because of all those injuries and illnesses. Opportunity tonight.
Yeah, really massive to have younger players, especially a rookie like Alexis Shelton, get out on the court because it's a long season. You're going to have these stretches with players out, maybe missing a match or two with injury, illness. You need to be able to go to your bench and trust the players out there.
Lekator Member Mena was wide right on the swing. Grand Rapids goes back in front early in set 1.
With so many starters out for Grand Rapids, the message from Kathy George was very clear. This team has to be incredibly tough, and it's an opportunity to see different people shine, so they really need to communicate early about who's taking balls because they're not as comfortable playing next to each other.
Shelton cross court splits the back row defenders. What a start she's had in the first few points.
You know, Alexis Shelton has played a high level for a while. She was a 2-time All-American in Oklahoma, their all-time kill leader. She started for 4 years there. It's a player that has a lot of great experience under her belt.
She's also drafted 4th overall in the first round this year of the draft, so they have really high expectations for what she can be. Member Mena is swatted back. Kathy George talked about the block and how important that was tonight, and it has shown up early.
Shelton doing a phenomenal job setting up this block. Watch on the right side of your screen where she finishes her hand. There's nowhere right there for Member Mena to go.
Right back to Member Mena. She goes down the line.
I like that decision for Mia Tuninga to get the ball back to the right side of the court. Member Mena had just gotten blocked, so you give the ball back to her to give her some confidence to get that connection down a little bit better.
And now she rotates back to serve where she is lethal. Back set on the pin, upped by Member Mena. Bump set, a little bit out of system, still get a good swing from Enna, and what a play from Elena Scott, and Cressy turns it into a point for the Ignite.
Elena Scott, come on, plays like this are why she is one of the best liberos in the league this year. Her reaction time and ability to read and watch plays unfold, and then not only get the touch, but do something positive with it to get it up at the setter.
You and I were talking about that before the match tonight. It's not the fact that she can get to any ball, it's that it's almost a perfect pass every time, too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really scrappy liberos in this game that can get a good touch on everything, but it's then having the opportunity to get the ball up to your setter, to have a great second and third contact. That's what makes the difference from a good libero to a great libero.
Oh, we just saw a great third contact from Ajani Taylor. And the Indy Ignite have gone on a quick 3-0 run to tie it at 5.
And Indy really forcing everything offensively from the right side of the court.
Shelton is denied. Taylor and Cressy combine up front.
Ajani Taylor might just be 5'9", but she skies up there. Watch how high Taylor, the right side for Indy, gets up. She's almost right up there with Cressy, who stands at 6'6".
4 straight for the Ignite. They've turned a 3-point deficit into a 1-point lead early in the first set. And Member Mena goes into the net on the serve. We are tied right back up at 6.
One thing you'll notice watching the Indy Ignite is how aggressive their serving is. And head coach Lauren Bertolacci talks a lot about that aggressive mindset and being okay with making errors. You might see the errors pile up, but that's the mindset and the style that they want to play with.
DeBeer on the pin, spins it off the block.
Massive for Indy Ignite to have Anna DeBeer back in the lineup. She missed the last 2 matches. She's a spark plug for this team. She's great offensively, a great passer, and just all-around consistent.
It says a lot about how deep this Indy Ignite team is too, Emily, that you can be without her and then have the week that they had last week. Off the slide, that's blocked back, but it's out of play. Point Grand Rapids. It's a kill for Leah Meyer.
Grand Rapids is really spreading out their offense. We're seeing production from the right side and the left side of the court. Not too much through the middle so far.
Meyer, a 5th-year pro, spent some time professionally in Romania and France, now in her first year in Major League Volleyball. From the middle, Blake Moeller. She's been so good defensively the last couple matches, and now she gets involved offensively early.
Yeah, this is Moeller's 3rd start in a row, and she's really earned that starting spot in the middle because of her all-around game, being good offensively and putting up a good force defensively as well.
Had a 7-kill, 7-block match against Atlanta last week. Tuaninga chases down. De Beer gets a good swing. It's poked back on the Ignite side. Now Teeler down the line, dug up. Point, Indy.
It's just small little plays that Indy, what makes a difference for them. It's a cover play from Blake Muller that got this ball alive, so Teeler could have that kind of swing. And those little small plays can be the difference when you're playing a 25, win by 2. Margins are small.
A little bit out of system. Free ball from the Rise. De Beer off the hands. Set to the far pin. That's Snyder, and she tools the block.
When Grand Rapids runs with the speed that they ideally want to, it's incredibly fast and difficult for the right side blocker for Indy to get up in time. This is a situation where Indy has their setter, Mia Tuaninga, who just stands at 5'9" in the front court. Watch Grand Rapids to force that left side more.
You say that's when both teams are at their best and the offense is playing very fast.
Yeah, both sides play incredibly fast, probably the 2 fastest in all of MLV, especially out to the pins. It doesn't even go above the antenna, it's so quick.
Anna De Beer, the 4-time All-American at Louisville, to serve. Little bit long, point Indy. Anna just missed.
And that's a really good swing from Inna. She's testing the perimeter of the court, just missing out by an inch or 2, maybe.
So largest lead the Ignite have had in this opening set, up 3, just about halfway through this first set. De Beer to dig it up. Teeler goes roll shot. Great diving play by Ogilvy. Teeler again, too strong, no touch. Point Rise.
And I like that decision over on Indy's side for Elena Scott to try to push this ball over to the right, but just leaves it a little too far inside for Teeler to do anything with.
Serve goes into the net. Kahaina Torres sets to the left side, roll shot played. Member Mena rips it through.
Even when the opponent knows where the ball is going, like this situation, Indy only had 1 attacker available, which was Member Mena on the outside. It's still difficult to stop because of the speed that they run with.
It's her 3rd kill already in this first set, and a 4-point lead for Indy. Up tempo out of the middle.
When Grand Rapids can get Ramat Al-Hassan going, it is a difference maker for the Rise. The contact point that she hits at is so high, she almost goes up and over blockers. She's that good.
Member Mena rips it right through again. 4 first set kills for Lekator Member Mena.
And Member Mena is getting most of her kills going off of the block and out of bounds. That means Grand Rapids needs to be a little bit more disciplined, going low and over and making sure they're pressing their hands more.
Tuaninga's serve is just short, goes into the net. Grand Rapids gets the side out. And Al-Hassan back to serve, the 6th-year pro. Her serve is well short.
Yeah, those are the ones you just got to shake off and just completely forget it they happen.
Great back set. Tuaninga looks to the Beer. She pushes it right into the block. Lauren Jardine Clark there to push it back.
Big push from Jardine Clark. On her own, on an island, is still able to get this ball back down. Great handwork.
Not a lot of time Anna De Beer is going to lose a one-on-one opportunity, but she does there. Taylor snaps it down.
Big swing from Ajani Teeler. Looked like there was almost nowhere for
MLV is brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. Here in Indy, we've got a little bit of a Louisville connection, don't we, Haley?
The Louisville pipeline to Indy Ignite is certainly strong. Libero Elena Scott, outside hitter Anna DeBeer, and middle blocker Kara Cressy all played on the 2024 team under coach Danny Busboom Kelly. That team ended up being runner-up to Penn State in the title match. Scott led that game with 24 digs, Cressy with 7 blocks. DeBeer had to sit that one out due to the ankle injury she sustained in the Cardinals' win over Pitt. Present day, Coach Bertolacci said the Louisville connection has made the players transition to the MLV seamless. It inspired her. She said she'd like to go to more college matches and continue to recruit at Louisville.
Haley, thank you. And I think that's also pretty cool, Emily, when you come to a professional team where there's a lot of different people from different schools who played overseas maybe, the ability to have multiple players that you played with in college certainly means something.
Yeah, to have that familiarity with players on the court as well. I mean, you think of players like Elena Scott and Anna DeBeer, they're consistently passing next to each other, and they have that connection down. They barely even need to communicate because they know exactly who's taking what ball.
Shelton down the line, plants it in the corner for the point.
And Alexis Shelton has done a good job defensively so far throughout this match. They're still trying to get that offense going just a little bit more.
Had a couple early blocks, now has the kill. She's got the rise back within 4 as she's back to serve. Tuaninga looks to DeBeer. Another kill for Anna DeBeer.
Indy is really killing Rise with that speed outside to the left. Right here, it barely goes over the antenna. The blocker is just a little bit late, causing a seam.
Kathy George said we've got to make Tuaninga move to be able to slow down this Indy offense. That's just something that we haven't seen in this first set.
Yeah, and the best way to do that for Grand Rapids is to serve really tough, which is tough to do against Indy because they're such a good passing team. I'd like to see Grand Rapids, though, serve the seams just a little bit better.
5-point lead now for Indy, or rather 6-point lead after a couple points. Back set on the slide, slips it between 2 blockers. Leah Meyer again.
When Sage Kahaina Torres has gotten the slide attack going with the middle, it's been effective. It's just been a question of whether or not they can run it because the passing has been pretty subpar so far.
Much needed point there for the Rise. DeBeer on the left side. Back set, dug up. Taylor down the line, point Indy.
Great transition play for the Indy Ignite. Legator member Mena just eats up this one. Perfect pass right on top of Tuaninga's head. And Taylor again unloads, ripping the line shot.
Every time that block has been a little bit late to slide over, Taylor's been able to use the line.
Yeah, she's crushing the line.
Oh, perfectly placed ball. Carly Snyder goes a little bit off speed there to cut the lead to 5.
And here's where experience just wins out. Carly Snyder, this isn't the best set to her, but she grabs it, goes up and over the block, and just a little roll shot gets it done.
Serve goes long, point Indy. Kathy George's team down 6. On the road, the first set against an Indy team that has been red hot to start the season at 5-1. Back set, cross court. DeBeer cannot get there. Point Grand Rapids from Lauren Jardine Clark.
And again, the right side of the court giving Indy fits. The block just not quite there in time.
Snyder serving. See if Grand Rapids has a run in them. Instead, serve goes long. Back-to-back service errors from Grand Rapids.
That makes 5 in this set alone from Grand Rapids. They're trying to serve tough, but at the end of the day, they have to get it in the court.
5 service errors in a set, you're down 6, says a lot. Jardine Clark is denied. Cressy and Legator member Mena up front.
Member Mena plays so much bigger than she is. She's only 5'8", but she's getting up there, almost touching what Kara Cressy does. And watch the finish right here for Member Mena, too, on the left side of your screen. She turns her hands back into the court, which pushes this ball straight back down.
And all smiles, and why wouldn't it be?
I think that's why Indy's been so much fun to watch, is because every player out in the court feels like they have such a big personality. The team meshes incredibly well. They're just fun to watch.
And you also get the feel, too, that nobody really cares about how many swings they get or what the numbers are. It's just whatever's going to work that night to win is what this team wants.
Yeah, it's a really selfless team. All the players out there don't care if they're the star for the night. All they want to do is get a win. And all these players have been like this throughout their entire volleyball careers. They're completely selfless players who just want what's best for the team. If that means maybe only playing front or back row, maybe sitting on the bench, they're fine with it as long as this team is doing well.
2 points away from taking this first set. Something Grand Rapids has struggled with this season. They are just 1-5 in the first set this season. Tuaninga just misses the line on the serve. Hattie Bray checks in, the rookie out of Creighton, where she was an honorable mention All-American this season. That's Cressy from the middle.
Big swing from Kara Cressy, awesome pass. Anna DeVere puts it right on the money for Cressy to unload on.
Set point for the Ignite, up 7. And just who you want behind the line. Back set, Lauren Jardine Clark plants it in the corner.
Jardine Clark heating up as this match has gone on. A great substitution made for Grand Rapids.
Anna DeVere spins it off the block, and set 1 goes to Indy.
And that was all offense for the Indy Ignite, hitting over 300 during that one. Most of that was because the passing was so good. Grand Rapids has to find a way to serve a little bit tougher and try to get Mia Tuaninga on the run, so it breaks down that offense and makes it a little bit more predictable. So right now, the Ignite are looking unstoppable offensively.
Very efficient set 1 for Indy Ignite at home with a 25-18 win over Grand Rapids. Set 1 in the books, brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
The roar of the crowd, the power in every swing, the grit of each play. There's no doubt we play with fire. Tickets are on sale now to see the Indy Ignite. Whether you're looking for a fun time with family or a great night out with friends, join the Fan Firestorm at Fisher's Event Center this season to watch Indy Ignite continue to make history as Indiana's first professional women's volleyball team. Get your tickets today at indyignitevb.com.
Set one goes to the Indy Ignite at home, 25-18 over Grand Rapids. And this Indy Ignite team that is in sole possession of first place in the league certainly looks like it in that first set.
I'm really impressed with what Indy was able to do in their ability to shut down Grand Rapids, especially serving-wise. They're doing a really good job knocking them out of system.
Grand Rapids at 2-4. They've had a pretty tough stretch to start the season. This is already their third road trip of the year, and we're only about 3 weeks into the season.
Yeah, it's been a tough go right now for Grand Rapids. They're trying to find some consistency, have had players out. On the other hand, Indy has done a phenomenal job with the players that they have had, even just mixing up lineups because they can.
Yeah.
Coach Bertolacci says they don't have an A side or a B side. They just have one side that they consistently mix up. It seems like they're settling into some sort of lineup right now, but they're still trying to figure out the best pieces and slightly tweaking it to try to find the best combo.
Lauren Bertolacci's team has had a couple injuries, not serious injuries, but to the point where she's sat players because of being more precautionary than anything else, and because they have the depth to be able to do that.
Well, in the beginning of the year, it looked as though Indy had kind of an almost set A side, and then they played Orlando a few weeks ago, went with a completely different lineup, and ended up winning against a really good Orlando team. That really just shows the depth that Indy has top to bottom.
Blake Moeller gets us off and running in set two. She goes into the net, and the first point of the set is scored by Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids' focus has to be on serving during this set. They're serving a little too easy, making too many errors, and getting the ball in the libero too often.
DeBeer from the back row rips it right through.
And that was one of the first big attacks that we've seen tonight. That back row attack through middle back set really well, because in this rotation, Indy also had a middle right in front. You have two hitters in the same zone. It's really difficult to defend.
Tuaninga's 16th assist of the night. She had 15 of them in the first set. Pushes it to the outside. Shelton is blocked back. One more swing for Shelton, snapping it through the defense.
Great confident swing from Alexis Shelton. She didn't get the first swing, but Sage Kahaina-Torres goes right back to her with an out-of-system ball, and she rips this one even harder.
Rookie out of Oklahoma, twice was a third-team All-American with the Sooners. Just under 1,600 kills in her career. Teeler picked up by Snyder, and nobody's there. Point Indy.
A bit of a miscommunication in players running into each other. Kahaina-Torres running into Meyer, who's coming in off of the net. Doesn't call help in time for Ogilvy to get in there.
Kahaina-Torres with a back set on the slide, pushed over by Meyer. And Indy wins the point scrambling.
A difficult situation. Grand Rapids attacker definitely under the net on that ball. Looked like we were going to get a replay regardless. But what a play from Anna DeBeer to get off the net fast, get in, and get the set. Jumping over Scott.
Elena Scott crawling, literally crawling out of the way. Back set to Meyer on the slide again, upped by member Mena. Cressy from the middle pushed it right into the net.
And that's a situation that's a little bit forced to the middle. Tuning about 9 feet off the net, still tries to get Cressy going. But with that high contact point, Tuning has got to get this ball a little bit higher if she wants her to have full extension.
I think it's an emphasis for her to try to get the middles going right now.
Definitely. I think the pins are doing really well, but you always want to get the middles more involved if you can.
And Grand Rapids follows it up with an ace from Alexis Shelton, who's done a bit of everything tonight in his first set plus.
Grand Rapids has needed Alexis Shelton to step up. They're without Paige Briggs-Romine, who has been one of the star attackers for the Rise all year.
Oh, almost had a second straight ace. Got some help from the tape. DeBeer, too strong, point Grand Rapids.
Good disciplined block up front from Grand Rapids. Kahaina-Torres setting it up well. Middle is right next to her, forcing DeBeer to go around it, causing it to go out of bounds.
DeBeer this time wins the point.
Better adjustment from DeBeer on that swing. Went a little too wide the swing before. This time, cut it right back inside for the point.
Tuaninga's done that a couple times tonight, Emily, where somebody has made an attacking error or maybe they've gotten blocked and she's gone right back to them for a kill.
Yeah, we call that a repeat setter.
Wow, Lauren Jardine Clark could not get out of the way, and it results in an ace.
Awesome serve from Kara Cressy, just a bullet coming through. Jardine Clark couldn't get out of the way in time.
Snyder, nice play, drops it right over the block.
We haven't seen too many tips from Grand Rapids, mostly because Indy is such a scrappy team. They often pick those up and transition them. I thought that was really smart from Snyder, a little bit off of the set, just to put in one right over the block and down.
First kill of the night for Snyder, who averages 3.5 per set. Johnny Taylor.
Every time Taylor is going up to hit, Grand Rapids players are in a good spot to make a play. They just can't handle it because she's unloading on the ball, putting her power into it.
To the kill, she goes back to serve. Kahina Torres into the middle. DeBeer dug up by Ogilvy. Snyder on the left side. Back set, Muller on the side, pummels it cross court.
Blake Muller only 2 sets tonight, but she's gotten 2 kills off of those. Mia Tuning has been very intentional about when she's going to Muller, and this was a smart time in transition. If Muller's gonna work that hard to get off, you gotta get her the ball.
Really efficient night so far for Blake Muller, the former Purdue Boilermaker. Bounces on the tape, flies out, another point for Indy. Up tempo out of the middle. Good chase down by Lecator member Mena. Block pokes it back to the Indy side. Scott sets, and it misses the line from member Mena. Point Grand Rapids.
And he's doing a really nice job of transitioning a lot of these plays. Fantastic defense in the back court. That one just going a little bit long on the back row attack.
Kahina Torres, the setter to serve now for Grand Rapids. Back set to Taylor, off the antenna, point Grand Rapids, and we are tied at 8.
Just a little bit off on the timing there. Taylor trying to, again, rip that line shot just a little bit off.
She's had a lot of success going that way tonight. Tuaninga looks to the beer, and she is denied. Jardine Clark with the swat for Grand Rapids.
The outsides for Indy have been so successful because of the speed today. This was an awesome adjustment from Jardine Clark to keep that block more inside, knowing the middle is going to be a little bit late, causing that ball to go down.
Tight to the net. Tuaninga tried to poke it into the block. She couldn't. Point Grand Rapids. And I think we might get a look at this one.
I think it was a question of who the ball went off and out of bounds. Did it touch Snyder on its way out, or was it really Tuaninga hitting it out?
Carly Snyder says, no, I did not touch that.
So I think a question of whether this ball went off of Tuaninga and out of bounds. Let's see if Snyder got a touch on it.
I don't think so.
No, from this look, it doesn't look as though Snyder did. It's sometimes tougher to tell when you're looking at a forearm touch, but that ball looks like it's off Tuaninga and out of bounds.
Snyder seems pretty adamant that she did not touch it.
Fun to watch Indy Ignite's offense kind of evolve as Mia Tuaninga has earned a starting role for this team. They're kind of bouncing between Anise Havili and Tuaninga to start the season, but Tuaninga's just been so much more consistent in that sense. The ball location and her defense and serving have been phenomenal.
Current player of the week in the league, to Aninga.
And just continuing to look at this. I don't see anything saying it was touched and out of bounds. If you're looking at an arm, typically you're looking at a change of direction on the ball, but it doesn't look like the ball changes direction at all.
And they do say point Grand Rapids. Run here for Grand Rapids. Thanks to 5 attack errors already in this set for Indy. That is not one from Blake Muller.
Muller's been on fire. That slide attack is something that Grand Rapids has not been able to stop. She's batting 1,000. 3 sets, 3 kills right there.
She was automatic last week, too, against Atlanta on the slide. Had a great match, 7 kills, 7 blocks in that win for the Ignite. Emily just set it 3 for 3 tonight on the slide.
And she doesn't get set often, but when she does, it's incredibly efficient.
Al Hassan with the response for Grand Rapids.
And Al Hassan is a player that Grand Rapids needs to get going just a little bit more. The passing is definitely picked up during set 2. That means that you want to see more middle production and balance offensively.
Team leader in blocks, but wanting to get a little bit more out of her offensively. It's picked up by Ogilvy. Shelton cross court. Blake Muller digs it out of the net, and Scott the free ball over. Go to the middle again. Al Hassan with her second kill.
You can tell the intensity for the Rise has picked up. They're swinging a lot more intentionally, swinging harder, more powerful, and the sets are in better positions.
6 of the last 7 points have been scored by Grand Rapids. Lena Scott with a great play there, and Lecator member Mena drills it.
Yeah, back-to-back serves just going right on Elena Scott's lap. That's an easy ball for her to get up. She is diming every single pass. Grand Rapids has to find a way to get the ball off the libero, because that's what's going to happen. Yeah. You're going to have one-on-one situations. The attackers are going to run it right back down your throat.
Lecator member Mena now with 5 kills on the night. Grand Rapids is going all the way of Al Hassan, her 3rd straight kill.
Really good swing, but also adjustment midair from Al Hassan. It wasn't quite the height that she wanted, so she snapped her wrist down even faster to make it happen.
Tuaninga with the dump. First time she's tried it tonight, and it works.
The best part about every time Tuaninga gets a dump is her reactions after. She's got like a new dance every single time. Another player that she's so intentional about whenever she's going up to take it over, knowing that it's going to have no blockers up.
Taylor with the diving play. Cressy blocked back. Lecator member Mena pops it off the block. Bump set from Ogilvy. Shelton denied. Shelton again. This time she tools the block.
Shelton's been a workhorse this match. She might not get that first swing down, but if she gets a second or a third opportunity, she's swinging with more intention.
She had 3 kills all season coming into this. She's already got 4 in the first set and a half. Anna DeBeer.
Grand Rapids, again, has got to find a way to slow down the outsides for Indy. DeBeer doing a really nice job cutting that back in.
There's an ace to follow up immediately.
Member Mena's serve is so difficult to pass. It's the tempo that she hits it, but she's also able to mix up where this ball is going.
Her 6th ace of the season. It's pulled Indy within a point here in the second set. This one just misses the line. Nearly had back-to-back, instead it's an error.
Again, those are errors that Indy is completely fine with, especially the aggressive ones off of top spin servers.
Tuaninga tight to the net. Here's DeBeer with the adjustment, diving play, and pushed over by Kahaina Torres. Back set, and another kill for Jardine Clark.
Jardine Clark has been a spark that Grand Rapids has relied on through the last about set or so, going back to 15 points into the first when she checked into the match. Been a difference maker defensively, now offensively.
Her team's got a 3-point lead about halfway through the second set, trying to even it at 1 apiece. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. After a 7-point win in set 1 for Indy, Grand Rapids has looked really good here in set 2.
Yeah, Grand Rapids is finding a way to storm back. The passing has gotten so much better. That's allowed the offense to be a lot more balanced during set 2.
Chance to tie it up at a set apiece on the road against the best team in the league. Back set, Jardine Clark sails it long. She's been really good here in set 2, but an attack error allows Indy to pull within 2.
Yeah, that's a really good look for Jardine Clark in the back row. Does that connection not quite great?
Cressy back to serve now, had her second ace of the season earlier this set. Overpass, De Beer blocked back. Teeler swatted. Home set Cressy, De Beer has to adjust and push a free ball over. Perfectly placed ball by Snyder.
Really smart decision from Carly Snyder, especially in long rallies. It's difficult for the defense to get back and set, go and kind of push forward to get those tips, and she's been really tactical about when she's throwing them in.
Timeout taken by Indy. Lauren Bertolacci's team down by 3 here in the second set.
I would say being coachable and never stop learning. I don't care how old you get, you can always learn something new from a different coach. And going through the recruiting process and getting through college and even into professionals, coaches love someone who's like open to trying new things.
This is a point in the set where Indy just can't afford any more of those communication errors on that tip. 2 players could have made a play on it, but just didn't talk about who was going to make the move.
Well, let's check in with Haley real quick.
Yeah, guys, the Rise have never had 3 players average double-digit points over a full season. Right now, 3 are, but none are middles. Coach George said she wants even more balance and risk-taking to get the middles involved. Middle blocker Ramat Al-Hassan is leading the middles charge with 2 kills per set. That's also the case for today as she's leading all Rise scorers. George said she's tough with lots of experience in both playing and coaching, and she's being fed the ball today. That balanced attack mentality is working with 5 hitters on the board for the Rise.
Well, Indy has a lot of balance too. That's Blake Moeller out of the middle to pull the Ignite within 2. But going back to that point, Emily, you brought up the balance with Kathy George this morning, saying it was a positive, and she said yes, but I think we can be even more balanced.
Yeah, they're super balanced on the pins, but they want to be balanced all around. That means getting the ball to the middle more when they can.
Elena Scott cannot get there on the dive. Point Grand Rapids.
Carly Snyder becomes the go-to attacker when Grand Rapids is late in a set. She's their experienced veteran and a player that they've relied on for the past 2 seasons.
Had no kills in the first set. She's got 3 now in the second. To Aninga, played by Ogilvy. Jardine Clark goes roll shot. De Beer tools the block. Point Ignite.
Risky set for Elena Scott. She bump set this one back to the beer. It looked like she might have gone to the right side. Kind of looked like it caught the blocker off guard. It was just a step late. Causes that ball to go off the block and out.
Back row swing for Shelton, and she drills it through the back row.
That was a massive time to get the back row attack going. We haven't seen too many so far tonight. Really good time when the defense wasn't expecting it.
Pushes the lead back up to 3. Grand Rapids trying to hold off Indy here in the second set. Tuaninga back set. Moeller has dug up on the slide for the first time tonight. Lecator member Mena on the left side. Joust at the net, point, Grand Rapids. They say Moeller was over the top of the net.
This is something that Indy can challenge if they want to. Looks like we won't see a challenge there.
Carly Snyder serving for the Rise, up 4. Member Mena denied. Jardine Clark.
It was late in the first set, too, where Jardine Clark came in and had an impact defensively. That's going to have to hold now that Grand Rapids is nearing point 25. Great shutdown from the front court.
Well, early in this second set, it was all offense from Jardine Clark. Now we've seen a couple blocks in a row, so the defense is there, too. All-around set for her.
Yeah, massive for her. She's got 3 blocks on the night so far, doing a really good job. Trying to shut down what is a really fast Indy Ignite attack.
That was really the #1 point that Kathy George talked about this morning, is saying how fast Indy's offense is, and when they play that way, they're almost unstoppable. So she felt like they had to slow down Indy's offense, and they certainly have in the second set.
Yeah, and to quote Kathy George, she said, we got to block the crap out of the ball. We need to see big blocking moves from everyone. That's exactly what we just saw from Jardine Clark. She made a really big move out to the left pin and got the stuff.
Kathy George's team up by 5 late in set 2. They've got an opportunity to even it at a set apiece on the road here. Tuaninga back set to Taylor down the line. A much needed point out of the timeout.
Big point for Ajani Taylor. Going back to what she does best. In this match, it's been this line shot. The block has been kind of all over the place for her. That's a matchup that Indy should continue to try to exploit.
Get the point there, but it's been a rather not efficient set so far for the Indy Ignite, hitting just over 150 for a team that's top 3 in the league, and that serve goes into the net. Addie Bray on to serve, the rookie out of Marquette, where she had 3 aces in a match earlier this season, leads the team on the year with 4. Back set, Taylor into the block.
Defense has been massive for Grand Rapids this set. That's their 3rd block of the set, especially for a player like Alexis Shelton, who's filling in this match, and we haven't seen so much this season so far.
Just 2 sets played all season leading into tonight, but because of some injuries and illnesses, they've called on her, and she's been great. Snyder lunges after it. Shelton with the swing here, picked up in the back row. Overpass is drilled through by Meyer.
Grand Rapids is just completely taking control of this set right now. They're doing it defensively and turning that into good offense as well.
Set point for the Rise, and they've got 7 of them to work with. Cressy pokes it over. Jardine Clark got a hand on it, but that's it. Indy survives the first set point.
A bit of an awkward play up at the net, but it doesn't matter how you get the point. It just matters that you get it. Cressy finding a way to put it down with the tip.
And it sends Tuaninga back to the service line. Team leader in aces this season for the Ignite. Up 1 set to nothing, but backs against the wall here in set 2. Meyer ends it. A dominant second set for Grand Rapids.
I'm really impressed with Grand Rapids' ability to adjust after set one. They had a different lineup out on the floor from what they're used to. Took them a little bit to get comfortable, but then once they found that rhythm, especially passing-wise, it was night and day from set one to set two.
Indy jumped out to an early lead in this set, but then Grand Rapids went on a big run about halfway through the set, took the lead, never looked back from there, on their way to a 25-18 win to be able to even this at a set apiece. And now it becomes best of three inside the Fishers Event Center.
Another big key for Grand Rapids was cleaning up the service errors. They had 5 in set one alone, but they didn't have any during set two. So just overall, offense, defense, serving, everything was so much more clean on Grand Rapids' side than what we saw during the first set.
Yeah, certainly a lot cleaner of a second set, leads to a win in the second set for Grand Rapids. And Haley's got Coach Bertolacci over there with her.
Coach, tied up at 1-1. What are a couple key things that you want to hit with your team in the locker room for them to adjust in set three?
Yeah, we're really struggling on our block defense right now. Grand Rapids is beating us with their speed, so we need to get over earlier and faster, and we need to be able to stop that. We have a few tactical things in the rotations that we need to execute a little bit better. But their middles are killing us right now. They're good middles, but I think we can mitigate that a little.
Anna DeVere's getting some great playing time today. What have you seen from her performance as she's trying to work her way back to 100%?
Yeah, just staying aggressive, but when she swings, like, she's up there nice and high, so we just needed to keep ripping at it.
Thanks, Coach. Yes.
Well, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Haley. One set apiece inside the Fishers Event Center between the Indy Ignite and the Grand Rapids Rise. 2 sets in, 1-1. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Addition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
The roar of the crowd, the power in every swing, the grit of each play. There's no doubt we play with fire. Tickets are on sale now to see the Indy Ignite. Whether you're looking for a fun time with family or a great night out with friends, join the fan firestorm at Fishers Event Center this season to watch Indy Ignite continue to make history as Indiana's first professional women's volleyball team. Get your tickets today at indyignitevb.com.
One set apiece inside the Fishers Event Center between the Indy Ignite and the Grand Rapids Rise. When we come back, we'll get you the stats through the first 2 sets, and Haley will have an interview with Kathy George, brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Addition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
The roar of the crowd, the power in every swing, the grit of each play. There's no doubt we play with fire. Tickets are on sale now to see the Indy Ignite. Whether you're looking for a fun time with family or a great night out with friends, join the fan firestorm at Fisher's Event Center this season to watch Indy Ignite continue to make history as Indiana's first professional women's volleyball team. Get your tickets today at IndyIgniteVB.com.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Van Andel Arena is the site, and it's time once again for Grand Rapids Rise Volleyball.
Indy takes set one, 25-18. Grand Rapids responds with a 25-18 win of their own in set two. So it is now best of three, best 2 out of 3 to take the match tonight between Grand Rapids and Indy. Look at the stats through the first 2 sets here for these two teams. Grand Rapids, especially in that second set, Emily, the block was fantastic.
The block was incredible. Grand Rapids found a way to just completely turn it on. They got 3 blocks set 1, 3 blocks set 2, but also cut down on those service errors. All those 5 came from the first set. And you see offensively, the Ignite maybe having a little bit of edge in terms of kill production, but Grand Rapids is finding ways to score in other ways. A lot of that has come from defense, but also just the passing is a lot better. Their offense looks more unpredictable, and it's made it difficult for the Ignite to get good touches up on. Blocking has to be a big focus for Indy coming into set 3.
29 kills for the Indy Ignite, 8 apiece from Ajani Teeler and Anna DeBeer. Meanwhile, for the Rise, nobody with more than 5, but they do have quite the balance. 4 different players with at least 3 kills in that first set. And you heard Coach Bertolacci say to Haley that, hey, we really struggled with the block. The offense for Grand Rapids was really good in that second set, so they're looking to fix that as we head to the third set. And Haley has Kathy George with her now.
Big set 2 for the Rise. Where did you see the most improvement from set 1 and set 2?
We were serving the ball and blocking a lot better and put a lot of intention into that, and I thought our timing got a little bit better and maybe taking space.
Short some players today. What are you liking about this adjusted lineup that you've been working with today?
I think we need to, it really helps to have your depth and have your depth step up big, and so have a couple, people out, as you said, but it's next person available, and I like the way they're playing and playing aggressive.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, to that point, Emily, Alexis Shelton came into the night with 3 kills and no blocks total for the entire season. Through 2 sets tonight, 5 kills, 3 blocks.
And Grand Rapids needed a player like Alexis Shelton to really step up with other players out. Paige Briggs Romine not available today, and Carly Snyder, she's available and playing, but she's working her way back from a little injury that she had where she had to miss the last match. You didn't know how Alexis Shelton was going to be filling in for her first start professionally. She is doing a phenomenal job.
You mentioned Snyder. She had no kills in the first set, but 5 of them in the second set. She really paced them offensively to that 25-18 win. And you got to be impressed with Grand Rapids because didn't look great in set one, but the way they came out in set two, and I thought specifically defensively, was really impressive.
Yeah, Grand Rapids made massive defensive adjustments, and the biggest one being they just got their hands over a little bit faster. Sometimes it's difficult to replicate the speed of your opponent until you see it. It took them a set to get used to it, but now they look really confident going up, being low and over, and getting those hands over quickly.
Indy took the first 25-18, but lose the second set 25-18 as well. Anna DeBeer, along with the Johnny Teeler, 8 kills apiece to lead the way for Indy. The only team remaining in the league with just one loss, the Indy Ignite at 5-1, sole possession of first place. Taking on a Grand Rapids team that's lost a couple in a row, entering the night just 2-4. And Carly Snyder serves to get us underway in set 3. Lekator member Mena turned back by the block. Tuaninga goes right back to Lekator member Mena, popped up by Ogilvy. A little bit out of system. Shelton still gets a nice touch on it, but she's into the net. Point Indy.
Just a little bit of a messy play on Grand Rapids' side. Some good defensive efforts, but that undisciplined play just touching the net right there.
As Blake Mueller serving has been really good defensively the last 3 matches. Shelton pushed it right into the block, and Tuaninga denies it. An early 2-0 lead in set 3.
Mia Tuaninga isn't the most physical presence up front. She becomes a blocking target anytime she's playing that right front position, rotating up. Grand Rapids is targeting her, but that's a great put down and finish.
Current player of the week in the league. Her first block of the night. Shelton, wide left. 3-0 start to set 3 for the Indy Ignite.
And there's where you see the block coming into play, because although Tuaninga didn't touch it, because she got the last stuff, it makes Shelton kind of want to move the ball around more, causing it to go out of bounds.
Back set, Jardine Clark is rejected. Cressy turns it back.
Now Indy's defense massively picking up. That was the #1 thing that Lauren Bertolacci, the head coach, told us that she wanted to see, was being faster over the net right away already. 2 stuffs.
Cressy, who hadn't played the last 3 matches, but because of a little bit of an injury to Lydia Martin, she got the start. A lot of playing time tonight. Tuaninga looks to member Mena. She's rejected. First point for the Rise in set 3 comes via the block.
Jardine Clark, the right side for Grand Rapids, has done a really good job adjusting to Indy's speed. She's keeping that block inside just a little bit more, knowing the middle might be maybe a half step late.
Oh, a little bit of help from the tape, and it just crawls over for an ace.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be lucky. That's why you serve right at the top of the tape, because if it hits it, it's really difficult for the other team to play.
Al Hassan's second ace of the night. Back-to-back points for the Rise. Joust onto the side of Grand Rapids. Jardine Clark dug up by Teeler. Off the slide, Cressy rips it cross court.
Well, through 2 sets, Kara Cressy was hitting in the negatives, but now she's climbed her way out of there and has been a massive force offensively for Indy.
2 early kills in this set for the rookie out of Louisville. Back set to Jardine Clark down the line. Elena Scott couldn't get there. That's rare to say that. Point Grand Rapids.
Big swing from Jardine Clark will send her to the back line. Watch her to be an offensive threat in the back row as well.
Serves it into the net here. Indy's lead crawls back up to 3 early in set 3. Lekator member Mena serving. She was behind the service line to end set 1 for the Ignite. Snyder back row touch. Point Rise.
Big swing from Snyder. She's doing a really nice job figuring up how she's attacking this ball. We've seen a few really good tips, but then also where she's attacking it. She's able to hit with range in all areas of the court.
didn't play in their last match, a 4-set loss to Omaha, and how nice it is to get her back in the lineup.
She's been such a staple. I mean, she hadn't missed a match for years for Grand Rapids.
Cressy with the roll shot and the point, her 3rd kill of this set already.
The focus for Indy coming into the set as well was finding more offensive balance and getting the middles involved. Moeller's been fantastic. Cressy was hitting in the negatives, but right away here in set 3, that has not been the case.
Almost had the ace. Ogilvy gets there on the dive. Goes into the net from Leah Meyer. Point Indy. Snyder upped by Lecator member Mena. Swing for De Beer on the pin, turned back, point Grand Rapids.
Good defense up front. Sage Kahaina Torres, the setter. Not the most physical presence, but gets her hand in a really good spot to put this down. Really good press, too, back into the court.
Teeler pushes it into the block. This is De Beer again. De Beer. What a play. Can they chase it down? No. Kill for Anna De Beer. Point Indy.
A lot of chaos happening on Grand Rapids side. Alexis Shelton just lays down and hopes her teammates jump over her during that one. Big swing from De Beer, and you see her just guarding her head like, please, dear God, don't step on me.
9th kill of the night for Anna De Beer. Tuaninga goes right back to De Beer. Make it back-to-back kills for Anna De Beer, and she's into double figures.
Indy has run a really balanced offense so far. De Beer might be the first one to 10, but everyone else is getting a piece of the pie here tonight.
Serve just into the net from Ajani Teeler. Kahaina Torres, the setter, is back to serve. Bump set Ogilvy. Jardine Clark bouncing it off the tape. Remember Mena with the set. De Beer with the swing, rips it cross court, but it's long. Point Grand Rapids.
Good defense for Indy, and I really like that set decision from member Mena. Really good hands, confidently pushes his ball up to De Beer. We've seen a few times now her just slicing it a little too wide.
I know they don't get the point there, but this is such a good out-of-system team in Indy.
Yeah.
Snyder gets a good swing on it, but Moeller with the rejection again.
5th block of the set for Indy so far. They have done such a good job getting those hands over faster against a really quick offense and tempo from the Rise.
A 7-block match last week for Blake Moeller. She's started the last 3 and has been so productive, especially on the defensive side. There's an ace. Anna De Beer.
Great serve from De Beer. She has a really tough float serve, not a lot of spin on it, and is so good about where exactly she wants this ball to go.
She has Grand Rapids out of system again, just a free ball over. Tuaninga looks to Lecator. Member Mena swatted back.
Jardine Clark again, good defense up front. That's her 5th block of the night. She is taking control up there. This is a rotation where Indy might want to run the ball just away from her, maybe go to the right side.
They try her again with Lecator member Mena, pops it high off the block. Back set, Jardine Clark with the offense this time. The block last point, the kill this point.
And Jardine Clark is heating up. Smart decision from Kahaina Torres. Ball right in the pocket, she goes back with it. Jardine Clark has all options right there.
Former Utah Gatorade Player of the Year in high school. She spent 1 year with Wisconsin, when they won the national title in 2021. Bump set from Scott. Lekator member Mena finds the line.
Really good swing from member Mena. Bit out of system, but she swung high with it and got the touch to send it out.
4-point lead for the Ignite after the kill from Lekator member Mena. This is Blake Moeller serving. Up tempo. Al Hassan with the kill for Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids needs more of that. When Al Hassan is involved in the offense, it completely changes the way that defenses run.
Al Hassan's 5th kill of the night, a 4-time All-American at Florida, was once the SEC Player of the Year. Member Mena splits the back row. The last 2 points for Indy have been scored by Lekator member Mena.
And that time an in-system ball. It's a really good pass up to the net from Tuaninga. She's able to run fast with it. Massive hole in the block for her to rip through.
Shelton is denied.
Massive block for Indy. Really good pass from Carly Snyder, doing whatever she can to keep this ball alive. But Indy's front court just eating that one up. Watch this ball, it's straight down.
Emily, you said the block has to be better in set 3 for Indy, and it most certainly has. Shelton blocked back, rather Snyder blocked back. Swing goes down the line, it's wide left from Shelton, point Indy.
And it hasn't just been the stuffs that Indy has gotten this set, but really positive touches as well that have slowed Grand Rapids offense down completely.
Largest lead of this 3rd set for the Indy Ignite, up 16-10, trying to close out set 3, brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
All right.
Major League Volleyball is brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. And the Indy Ignite are playing with fire here in set 3. They have as many blocks as Grand Rapids has kills in this set 4.
The defense for Indy really picking up after set 2, and it was kind of nowhere to be found. Block doing a much better job working together, being low and over.
Grand Rapids hitting in the negatives in this set, and Indy comes out of the timeout with an ace from Tuaninga.
Everything is picked up on Indy's side. The offense has been fantastic. We've mentioned the defense, but also the servers have done a much better job targeting the passers in between the seams, making it more difficult.
Team leading 8th ace of this season. 7-point lead for the Ignite. Back set, Jardine Clark goes roll shot and pushes it right over the Indy block.
A lot of sets have gone to Jardine Clark anytime that she's been front court. Watch Kahina Torres to get her going in the back row as well.
Tuaninga looks to Taylor. A quick side out for the Indy Ignite.
Bit of an awkward play from Ajani Teeler off of a almost missed set, but she adjusted midair, which is what you have to do, finding a way to better the ball.
And just clipped a piece of that line to push the lead back out to 7. Shelton, cross court to DeBeer, overpass. Another overpass, and Cressy drills it.
And those are the plays that just can't happen on Grand Rapids side. If you get an easy free ball like that right on your lap, that has to be on the money.
Lecator member Mena goes into the net. You said it once already tonight, Emily, but those are the errors that you'll take, the aggressive serve, especially from Lecator member Mena.
Yeah, for a player that has a topspin serve, it's pretty high risk, high reward kind of serve, because you oftentimes get an ace, but you're going to have a lot more misses that come with that because of the aggressive nature of it.
Allison Mayfield is into serve here for Grand Rapids. Cressy out of the middle, missed the line. Wide left, back-to-back scored by Grand Rapids. Scrambling, it's an ace for Grand Rapids.
The Rise now having a little bit of momentum on their side. And that's massive for a team now down 5. Trying to go up 2-1 here on the road.
First ace of the season for Mayfield. Taylor down the line, dug up by Ogilvy. Jardine Clark spins it off the block. A 4-0 run for the Rise. And Lauren Bertolacci takes a timeout with her team's lead shrunk down to 4.
Great play from Grand Rapids. Again, in the back row, Jardine Clark can be just as lethal back there. Sage Kahaina-Torres make sure to get her going and establish her as a threat on the D-ball.
It is 19-11 Indy. 4-0 run for Grand Rapids. Has this back to a 4-point set. And all the momentum on the side of the Rise. Tied at 1 set apiece inside the Fishers Event Center. Indy trying to make it 3 straight wins, closing out this 4-match homestand. Grand Rapids, meanwhile, beginning their 2-match road trip. Would love to get a win against the #1 team in the league. Back set, Taylor drills it.
And Indy's offense getting more dynamic as the match has gone on. This isn't a true set to the right side. They brought it in just a little bit from the pin. That makes it difficult for the blockers to get their hands up in time, and Taylor smashes the hole in it.
What's Tuaninga seeing when she reads that and makes that set more inside?
Yeah, I think it's talked about before the play happens. Just you want to vary up your offense a little bit, make the defense stay on their heels so they don't know exactly where the ball's going. Because you might know that this ball's going back, but if you're chasing it down thinking it's all the way out to the pin, then that allows for an easy kill if it's closer to the setter.
2 points in a row out of the timeout for Indy, pushing the lead back up to 6. Kahaina-Torres goes over on 2 for the point.
And that's a play that Indy has to have someone go up on. When you know that you have an opposing setter in the front court, if that ball is too tight, you got to be aggressive on it.
DeBeer with a little adjustment. Kahaina-Torres, back set. Both teams scrambling. Scott with the set. DeBeer dug up, great sliding play. Free ball. Indy with a chance in system. It's DeBeer who gets a rip on it, finds the back row for the kill.
Kind of a scramble play on both sides. Sometimes the winner of those points is who's able to calm the chaos. Indy gets an easy free ball and just goes back to their basics of running that quick tempo offense to the left side.
For more on Anna, here is Haley.
This is truly the season of Anna DeBeer's comeback. She said she felt like she didn't have a true college experience. Her junior season was COVID. She sustained a PCL knee injury. Her senior year, she went down in set 4 of the NCAA tournament semifinals, tore 2 ligaments in her right ankle, and that bled into her professional career. She missed the first 10 games of the 2025 Ignite season. Her past coaches and mom say she has grit, all capital letters. And this morning, Coach Bertolacci said her mental toughness is so impressive. She's open to every aspect of recovery, mentally and physically, and wants to heal the right way.
Yeah, this really is her first full season back. She was really good in the second half of the season last year as a rookie, but now in her first full professional season, Anna DeBeer has been great tonight too. Her team up by 6 as she rotates back to serve. Snyder dug up by DeBeer. Like a tour member, Mena pushes it off the block, falls down for a point, and Indy has set point here in the third.
Indy finding ways to make something out of nothing. An offset, but member Mena still finds a way to get it over.
DeBeer almost had an ace to end it. Tuaning a back set. Muller on the slide, hammers it down to win set 3.
The offense wasn't as efficient as Indy normally sees, but man, the defense was incredible. 5 blocks from the Ignite just in that third set alone. It was night and day defense from what we saw in set 2 coming out of that long break.
Defense was certainly the catalyst in set 3 for the Indy Ignite. They win it 25-17, and they've got a chance to win the match next. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
The roar of the crowd, the power in every swing, the grit of each play. There's no doubt we play with fire. Tickets are on sale now to see the Indy Ignite. Whether you're looking for a fun time with family or a great night out with friends, join the fan firestorm at Fisher's Event Center this season to watch Indy Ignite continue to make history as Indiana's first professional women's volleyball team. Get your tickets today at IndyIgniteVB.com.
loss, the Indy Ignite respond with a 25-17 win in set 3. And Emily, you said it at the end of the set, but the story in that third set was all defense.
Defense was massive for the Ignite. They held Grand Rapids to hitting negative during that third set. They put up 5 blocks, and Blake Moeller right there has been so good, patrolling the front court of the net and really leading that charge.
I would say the defense the last 3 matches, Emily, has been really good, and Blake Moeller has kind of been the catalyst behind that.
Yeah, Blake Moeller had to kind of earn a starting spot on this Indy squad. This is just her 3rd match starting in a row this season, but she's really been a difference maker, contributing offensively and being a good force up front defensively.
As a team, 5 blocks in that third set. Held Grand Rapids to just 169 in the set to win 25-17. And now off we go in the 4th with Anna DeBeer serving. Shelton, overpass. Lecator member Mena dug up. Back set, Jardine Clark. Lunged after by DeBeer. On the slide, it's Moeller, played by Snyder. Jardine Clark, cross court. Nice dig from Teeler. Member Mena with the left hand. Jardine Clark rolls it off the block, and the longest rally of the night goes to Grand Rapids on point 1.
Scrappy defense on both sides. Both liberos laying out for balls. Great hustles. Either way, a lot of out-of-system sets. But Grand Rapids finds a way to convert this one and get the kill.
Al Hassan serving now for Grand Rapids after scoring the first point of the 4th. Taylor, wow!
Taylor's bringing heat tonight. Every time she's taking a rip at this ball and there's a hole in the block or a lane for her to hit, she is seeing that lane and unleashing her power into it.
Not saying anything that, you know, everybody doesn't know already, but there's so much pop on her swing.
Oh God, yeah. It's so fast.
Tipped over. That's Alexis Shelton with the point for Grand Rapids.
This is going to be a gut check for Grand Rapids. They did a really good job during set 2. Coming back after losing set 1, looking like a different team. Now it's a question of, can they do that again, because they need to.
Overpass. Shelton again. Back-to-back points come from Alexis Shelton.
Massive for that player right there, Alexis Shelton, to really step up when the Rise needs it. They got to have some more outside production. That was something that lacked during the last set. Great way to start.
Her 7th kill of the night. Elena Scott has to play that to save the ace. Lecator member Mena pounds it through.
That's just Indy's speed beating Grand Rapids defense. This ball is so fast to the left side pin. Big seam in the block for member Mena to go through.
Shelton powers it through.
Another big swing for Alexis Shelton. She's a player that's kind of all or nothing. She's going to take a massive rip. Sometimes that's a big kill, sometimes it's blocked her out, but she does not let up.
The Rise's 1st round draft pick, 4th overall in this year's draft, had played just 1 match before tonight. Indy's got the response. Anna DeBeer.
Indy hasn't gone to the back row attack too often tonight, at least through the middle. But when they've done it, it's been really effective.
And it's typically been DeBeer.
Yeah.
There's an ace to follow up. Back-to-back points for the Indy Ignite. Lecator member Mena with the ace.
Big serve from member Mena. She's putting everything she's got into that ball.
Snyder tools the block.
Carly Snyder really showing off her range and experience. Even if the block is well formed in front of her, she has the tools to go off of it and out of bounds.
Gives Grand Rapids the lead back 5-4, early set 4. Nice one-hand set from Tuaninga, and Cressy has the kill.
Beautiful set from Tuaninga. Watch this ball come off of her hand. It's just that touch that she has to not only get a good touch on it, but put it in the perfect position for her middle to put down.
That was remarkable. Moeller taps it over. Shelton from the back row, lofting it right over the block.
Grand Rapids also hasn't used that back row attack too often. Whenever Shelton's gotten involved, it's been really efficient back there too.
Back set, Moeller on the slide, hammers it down in the middle.
Moeller's just getting better and better for Indy. The connection between her and Tuninga also has been really impressive because a lot of times it takes a lot of time for the middle and setter to have a great connection, but they've been so good off the bat.
Free ball over, Indy with a chance in system. It's Anna DeBeer this time. She rolls it off the block for the kill.
Because of how fast Indy's offense is, the attackers oftentimes have a block that's just a little bit late, which makes it easier to tool.
Snyder upped by Taylor. Lekator member Mena got there and then pushed over. Point for Grand Rapids on a bit of a scramble, but the Rise still win the point.
An awesome defensive effort in the back row. Shelton lays out for that one to keep it alive. Really gutsy swing from Snyder to put that one down and take a big rip at it.
Seven, fourth set, Indy up 2-1. Johnny Taylor, that's dug up by Ogilvy. Jardine Clark on the right side. Lekator, member Mena, what a play! Blocked back. Back set, Jardine Clark again. Upped by member Mena, Taylor couldn't chase it down, and Jardine Clark goes down for Grand Rapids, holding on to her right knee after the point.
We're looking at the right knee of Jardine Clark, so the outside knee here. From that angle, it looked like it might have collided with DeBeer.
And then certainly an awkward fall too,
Yeah.
and landing afterwards. Yeah. Man, just hate to see that.
Yeah, and such a tough player.
Was leading the way for the Rise tonight with 9 kills.
One for a Grand Rapids team that's been plagued with injury and illness over the last week or so. This is another massive hit for them to deal with as they enter a tough stretch. They got to go to Dallas on Sunday, another really tough opponent. Already playing in a sort of backup lineup. Alexa Shelton, who hasn't seen a lot of time because Briggs Romine is out. Just another big hit for them.
One injury after another for Kathy George's team. They were already shorthanded tonight. Hate to see that as Lauren Jardine Clark has to go to the bench. Tuaninga dumps it over. Second time that's worked to perfection for her tonight.
And it can be difficult after those long pauses, especially after a player gets injured to try to gain momentum back and a feel for the game. I thought that was really smart decision for Tuaninga to just put the ball down right away.
DeBeer's serve goes into the net. Grand Rapids back in front, 9-8.
Now we have Allison Mayfield, who normally lines up as an outside attacker. playing on the right side position. In this rotation specifically, we'll see Shelton stay on the right and Mayfield on the left.
Member Mena blocks back. Member Mena gets a second touch, could not adjust to it with the left hand. Out of bounds, point Grand Rapids.
We've seen Al Hassan serve, hit the tape and go down a few times now. They know they have to be ready for that.
They go to Mueller, wide right, point Grand Rapids. They've scored a couple in a row to take this 2-point lead.
And coming off of that injury, that was a great opportunity for Indy to gain some momentum there, but Grand Rapids with an awesome response.
Back set, Mueller on the slide. Mayfield goes roll shot. Lecator member Mena with the windup.
Smart swing from member Mena. She took a little bit off of it and watch the angle that she hits this ball. Well-formed block, but she still cuts inside.
Ends what was a 3-0 run for Grand Rapids, cuts the deficit down to 2. Right out of the middle, that's Leah Meyer on an up-tempo swing.
Really good set from Sage Kahaina-Torres. Watch how far she is off the net, and she still finds a way to get the middle involved here.
One-on-one opportunity, too, for Meyer. She takes advantage with her 5th kill tonight. Johnny Taylor's got it right back for Indy.
Whether she's in the front or the back row, Taylor is a threat all around.
Scott with the set. Taylor goes roll shot. Diving play. And it ends in a point for Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids has gotten that back row attack going more and more as the match has gone on. I'd like to see them go to it even more often because it's been so efficient every time Kahaina-Torres sets it.
Shelton's serve goes well. Long point Indy. Lecator member Mena serving, already has an ace in this set. Snyder off speed, diving play there from Elena Scott. DeBeer goes cross court for the point. I think we're gonna get another look at this though.
Good finish from DeBeer on this swing. We will get a challenge. Trying to take a look at whether that ball was actually up or not. Grand Rapids definitely thought it was down.
Grand Rapids was asking for the point immediately. Elena Scott seemed very adamant that she was able to get underneath it.
There's one person I'd trust to get a pancake up. It's definitely Elena Scott.
Yeah, it's a great point. Well, they just played on the Jumbotron here in the arena. And from that angle, I thought it looked like she got her hand underneath it.
And that ball's up.
Yeah, sure is. Unsuccessful challenge. Elena Scott with the pancake. Point Indy. All smiles from Elena Scott. Incredible play. Oh, and the Ignite followed up with an ace from Lecator member Mena, who took something off the serve.
And that's massive momentum coming off of a long challenge like that. Indy right back in this, tying it up.
trailed by as many as 3 earlier in this 4th set, but halfway through the set, we are tied at 13. Overpass, De Beer, poked back and pushed over by Cressy for the point, and Indy takes the lead in the 4th set.
That was such a heads-up play up front from Kahaina Torres to go up and block De Beer, but Cressy's all over it.
Again, Cressy playing in just her 3rd match of the season, had not played in the last 3, but getting the opportunity tonight because of the Lydia Martin injury. De Beer on the near pin is rejected by Meyer.
Huge play from the 5-year veteran. Meyer coming up clutch. Defense has to be a key focus, being very disciplined up front this late in the set when Grand Rapids has their backs against the wall.
Hits the tape and falls over for the ace.
We'll talk about clutch on Grand Rapids side. We've seen that happen 2 or 3 times now tonight, just hitting the tape and dribbling over.
Last 2 points have come from Meyer. She had the block, then the ace, and it puts the Rise back in front by a point. Tight to the net. Cressy again.
Good reach from Mia Tuninga on this. Maybe a question of if Al Hassan was over the net, but didn't matter because Cressy got a big kill on it.
And now the rookie's back to serve after yet another kill in this set. Shelton back row, blocked back. Back set to Snyder. She goes off speed. Member-Mena dives after it. Muller out of the middle.
The middles for Indy have been so good in transition, meaning within rallies, they're working so hard to get off the net, and Tuninga's getting good second touches on it, getting them the ball.
Couple points in a row. Indy takes a 1-point lead, and they are just 9 points away from a 3rd straight win. Major League Volleyball brought to you by Lily of Medicine. Indy up 2-1 and up a point here in the 4th. For an injury update on Lauren Jardine Clark, here's Haley.
We saw her hobbling off the court, holding her right knee. She was getting looked at by head athletic trainer Dave Getzoff. She was able to bend her right knee, but she's currently icing it. It was elevated for a bit, but now she's able to sit without having to extend that full leg. Getzoff told me she's probably out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, thank you for that, Haley. Unfortunate to see for Lauren Jardine Clark, who've been playing so well tonight for the Rise. Tuninga goes to Muller, and she is rejected.
That's a massive read from Ramat Al Hassan in transition. That's a situation where Indy's been so good about getting the balls to the middle. That's a great commit block.
Ties this up at 16 apiece. The Rise trying to force a 5th set. Teeler was blocked, but it's out off of the Rise. Point Ignite.
Clutch swing from Ajani Teeler going off the block and out of bounds. In this rotation, Rise has Allison Mayfield out there to pass.
Shelton from the back, over passes, dunks down. Al Hassan with the point for Grand Rapids.
Anytime Al Hassan is front court, any opponent has to keep the ball off of the net because, yeah, she's 6'4", but it feels like she's 6'10" up there based on her reach.
Yeah, nobody was touching that ball besides her. Trading points back and forth. 17 apiece. First to 8, win by 2, wins the set. Muller on the slide. That's been nearly automatic tonight.
When Indy's needed a point, the middles have been phenomenal so far in the second half of this match, especially Muller off of 1 foot behind. So good.
Shelton pushes it down the line, and she tucks it in the corner for the point.
Perfect example of bettering the ball. This was a bad set out to Shelton, but she managed it, pushed it to the deep corner, knowing it would be really difficult for middle back to get there.
We talked about it to start the night, Emily. She was going to get an opportunity tonight that she hadn't had because of injuries, and she has lived up to the moment.
Well, especially for Shelton, who had just come off of IR a little bit ago, hasn't gotten much playing time, looks back and better than ever.
That was her 5th kill of this set alone. Back row Snyder, too strong, no touch, point Ignite.
This has been a back and forth battle late in the set. This normally comes down to who can just take control a little bit more and make those quick, easy plays to put it on.
Emma Holter checks in for the first time tonight. The Indianapolis native was a national champion with Texas as a sophomore. She serves now for the Ignite. Shelton off the hands. Tuaninga looks to the pin with Lecator member Mena, and she is denied by Meyer.
Leah Meyer's been so good in the second half of this set. Her blocking has really turned on. That's been massive, keeping Grand Rapid in this one.
19 apiece after a big block from Meyer. Member Mena. Great sliding play by Snyder. Here's Shelton with the off speed. Member Mena with the left hand, poked up by Meyer. Mayfield scooped up by Elena Scott. Tuaninga back sets, Teeler into the block, point Ignite.
Indy with another clutch play from Ajani Teeler, this time in the back row. Bit of a falling play on it. This ball stepped too far behind her, but she manages it and finds a way to score. This is a really good front court right now for Indy with Teeler, Cressy, and Member Mena up front.
All the options for Tuaninga. Shelton down the line. It was not tipped. Point Ignite.
Sometimes these two-point runs are all that it takes to win a set. Grand Rapids has to have a response right now, and that needs to start with a really good pass off of a tough serve that's coming from Tuaninga.
Well, this two-point run forces a timeout taken by Grand Rapids. A 21-19 lead for the Ignite, who have a chance to close out this 4-match homestand with a 3rd consecutive win. Lauren Bertolacci's team dealing with some injuries as well, but the depth has been such a big strength this year that one person steps up when it's their opportunity to.
We've seen players in and out of the lineup for Indy. Anna DeBeer missed a few matches. Kayla Lund out tonight as well with injury. But the depth for Indy has been one of the reasons why they've been the top team in the league so far, is because they could throw any lineup out there and Bertolacci feels confident that they can still come out with a win.
And they are just 4 points away from that win here in the 4th set. A chance to move to 6-1 on the season and a 3rd straight win before hitting the road to go to San Diego Monday night. Shelton on the pin, goes down the line, point Grand Rapids.
That same swing that Alexis Shelton just missed, love the decision to go right back to it and get that confidence to put it down.
And a big point at that too for the Rise, down just a point. Teeler dug up in the back by Mayfield. Snyder goes cross court, scooped up by Scott. DeBeer from the back row, wide left. We are tied at 21.
Good decision for Indy to run that fastball to Teeler on the left against a weaker blocker in Kahana Torres, but just missed that last one in the back row. Back on the seesaw.
Ajani Teeler tools the block, and the seesaw's back to Indy.
A few clutch plays on Indy's side. Good push from Tuninga to get this ball out and keep her body out of the net. Now Lecator Member-Mena, one of Indy's best servers on the back line.
15th kill tonight for Ajani Teeler to give the Ignite the lead, and Lecator Member-Mena serving. Snyder upped by Member-Mena. DeBeer on the far pin, down the line, missed the line. Back and forth we go, tied at 22.
And 2 misses in a row for Anna DeBeer. Just trying to really squeeze it down that sideline. You don't have to do too much with it. You just got to get it in. In this rotation, I'd go back to Ajani Teeler. She has been phenomenal, especially late in sets for you all season.
They do go to Teeler on the back set, and she delivers.
Late in sets, you want to go to the go-to attacker that's been doing that for you all season long, and even last year as well. Really like that decision, and the blocker's late for Grand Rapids on it.
Of her 16 kills, 6 of them have come in this set. Trying to win it down the stretch for the Ignite, and they've got match point on an ace.
Grand Rapids checks in one of their liberos to try to shore up the passing, but it's too good of a serve on Indy's side. They get the point.
Cressy, the rookie, with the ace, her 3rd tonight after she had 1 all season long entering the match.
And a lot of times this is when you'll see coaches sub in a serve substitution with 4 middle, because sometimes you just don't feel confident about that this late in a set. And I love the confidence that Bertolacci has in her middle right here in this kind of moment to seal it up.
Cressy, a first-team All-ACC selection at Louisville. She is an Indiana native, grew up in Fort Wayne, and has played a vital role tonight for the Indy Ignite. She is behind the service line with a chance to win the match. Crowd to its feet here on match point. Nearly an ace again. It has Grand Rapids scrambling into the net. No touch by Indy, and the Ignite win it in 4 to make it 3 straight wins.
It takes grit to win every single match, every set, every point in the MLV. The way that Indy came out and were able to respond anytime that Grand Rapids was responding to them is one of the reasons why the Ignite are the best in the league. They consistently find ways to win, even if it's not perfect.
Came down to the wire here in the 4th set. Tied at 22 apiece. The Ignite ended on a 3-0 run to win it 25-22 and moved to a league best 6-1 on the season. Winners of 3 consecutive.
So impressed what Indy has been able to do with having some players out with injury, with illness, throwing whoever out on the court and knowing that they feel confident that those players out there are going to come together and are going to win, even if they haven't had too much of a chance to play next to each other.
Lauren Bertolacci's team has a lot of depth, and she's talked about how impressed she's been by that. When one player goes down, the other steps into a bigger role than they've had, and they've delivered.
And to have the kind of offense that Indy has this early on, yes, it's a lot of the same hitters, but they do have new setters out on the court. Tuninga came over to Indy this season, and you have new systems in place with the new head coach. A lot of times it takes time to get a team to where Indy already is, but you got a player like that leading the charge that everyone can get behind so easily, like Mia Tuninga. It makes it a lot easier.
The player of the week in the league. She has been fantastic over the last 3 matches, and it continues tonight with a balanced offense. And what a night for the setter, giving Indy its 3rd straight win.
And I think it shows just in the numbers. When you look across the board of all the 5 attackers that we saw for Indy, they're all between 9 and 16 kills. So a ton of balance, almost everyone in double digits. It's really rare to see that kind of balance on a team of this caliber.
Yeah, 3 of them in double figures. Teeler with 16 kills to lead the way. Anna DeBeer had 14. Lecator member Mena with 10. And Kara Cressy was fantastic tonight, too, stepping into a much bigger role than she's had all season with 9 kills. That's a new career high for her. A 25-22 win here in the 4th set. Indy wins the match 3-1. They improved to 6-1 on this season, and after a 14-kill performance, Anna DeBeer is with Haley.
Anna, you've had quite the week. Your feature episode comes out about your comeback. You're all over the stat sheet. What do you credit for your fast rhythm tonight?
I mean, I think all around it's a team effort. From every single person on this team matters, and they're always ready to come in at any moment. So I think that's what's helped us come out and pull out these wins.
This team has won with several different lineups. What does this say about you and your Indy Ignite squad?
Yeah, I mean, our coach just trusts us. Lauren, she's really good. She really believes in all of us, which makes it so easy on us. We just go out there and do what we're told to, do our job, and they're just really good at what they do. So we're really thankful for them, and it's really fun to be out there with this team.
Thank you, Anna. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Another double-figure kill performance for Anna DeBeer, her 3rd of the season with 14 kills, 8 digs, and Haley asked the question, and we've talked about it tonight, Emily, but just such an incredible job for this team. When the lineup hasn't been the same, it's kind of changed on a nightly basis to continue to go on the run they've been on.
It's so difficult to have that kind of consistency when you don't have consistency in your lineup, but that really speaks to the personnel that Indy has and the players that Bertolacci brought onto this team, knowing that top to bottom, she feels completely confident any combination that she has out on the court to get a win.
6-1, Indy Ignite still in sole possession of first place in the league after 3 straight wins. They go 3-1 in this 4-match homestand before they head to San Diego on Monday night, and then they've got 2 more at home again. So they've got an opportunity to really stretch out this lead in the standings in the league with so many home matches early in the season.
I know Indy's pretty pumped about getting out to San Diego too, getting out of this weather.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
This is why Indy's such a good team. You have players like Lecator member Mena, who right after the game is already looking at film to see what she can improve on. Just a team that is so invested.
They're 6-1 now after a win tonight. 3rd consecutive win here in this 4-match homestand. And a look at the stats tonight in the match. 60 kills for this team. Really the offense, I know we talked a lot about the defense, but the offense was really good tonight too.
Yeah, offense was great for Indy Ignite. They hit around 250. You see those 60 kills, 8 aces. They made it incredibly difficult for Grand Rapids to run anything on their side because they were serving them out of system at such a high clip. That defense really picked up as well.
Well, a win tonight for the Indy Ignite moves them to 6-1 on the season. Winners of 3 consecutive and a successful homestand, going 3-1 in the last 4. A big thank you to our producer, Rachel Henderson, the rest of our phenomenal crew. For Emily Eamon and Haley Jordan, I'm Noah Reed saying so long from Fishers, Indiana tonight, where the Indy Ignite wins it 3-1, and they move to a league best 6-1.
Pony Club. Club.